By the end of this lesson, you should be able to add and subtract polynomials. You should be able to add and subtract a given polynomial function. So in addition and subtraction of polynomials, we can only add or subtract variables whose exponents are the same. Whose exponents are the same. We can only add or subtract coefficients of variables whose exponents are the same. So now let's take an example. So now, this is the problem. If f of s is equal to 3s cubed plus 7s squared plus 4s plus 1, and g of s is equal to 8s cubed minus 3s squared plus 2s minus 3, find a f of s plus g of s, and b 3 f of s plus 2 g of s. Now, let's take our time and solve this problem. Let's take our time and solve this problem. So, solution. So, the A, we have to find f of s plus g of s. Now, let's go back to the problem. You see, f of s is equal to this, and g of s is equal to this. So, f of s plus g of s, we have to take our time and write the function for f of s, which is equal to what? 3s cubed. So now, this is f of s, then bring the addition sign, then g of s is this one, so that's f of s plus g of s. On this note, let's take our time and group like terms by using the exponents. So we are grouping like term by using the exponents. See, here is power 3, and at this side we have power 3 here. Let's group them. Now we are done with the exponent 3 in both f of s and g of s. Let's move on to the power 2. So we have one here, another one here. Now this is how to group the like terms. So now let's take our time and simplify to get our final answer. 8, 3s cube plus 8s cube. 3s cube plus 8s cube. So now since the powers are the same for these two terms, now we can add them. So let's add the coefficients. 3 plus 8 is what? 11 s cube. S square, S square. Since the powers there are also the same, then we can add them or subtract. You can add or subtract. So 7 minus 3 is what? 4. So write here 4 x squared. Now we have x. They have the same exponent, the same variable. So now let's add their coefficients. That's 4 plus 2, which is what? 6x. Now the last one is 1 minus 3. That's negative 2. So on this note, this is how to add these two polynomials to get the final answer as 11s cubed plus 4s squared plus 6x minus 2. That's the first part of the problem. Now let's move on to the second part, which is the B. So to the B, so we have to simplify 3 times function f plus 2 times function g. So which is equal to, we have the 3 here, 3 times function f. And the function f is this one. And 2 times function g. That's 2 f of s. Sorry, 3 times f of s plus 2 times g of s. Now, let's take our time and use the term outside the bracket to expand each of the terms inside the bracket, to multiply each of the terms inside the bracket. So take your time and use the 3, the constant term here, to multiply each of the terms in the bracket. After that, take your time again and use the constant term here 2 to expand or to multiply each of the terms in the second bracket. Take your time. Yes. Take your time to expand that. So now, let's solve it. Let's expand it together. So we are using the 3 to multiply each of the terms here. So 3 by 3 is what? 9. We have 9s cubed. 3 times 7s squared. You have 21s squared. 3 times 4 is 12x. 313. Now we are done with the first expansion. Let's move on to the second expansion. So for the second one, we are going to get 2 times 8, which is 16s cubed. 2 by negative 3 is minus of 6s squared. 2 by 2 is what? 4x. 2 by 2 is 4x. And 2 by 2s is 4s. 2 by negative 3 is minus of what? Minus of 6. Now, let's take our time and group like terms. Let's use the exponents to group the like terms. Let's use the exponents to group the like terms. Now, take your time and use the exponents to group the like terms. So now let's group the like terms by using the exponents. You see that this is power 3. We have power 3 here. So we have 9s cube plus 16s cube. Now I'm done with the power 3. Let's come to power 2. We have 21 s squared minus 6s squared. Let's come to the power 1 or x. We have plus 12x plus 4x. The constants, we have 3 minus 6. So now let's take our time and simplify everything. So we are going to get, therefore, 3f of s plus 2g of s is equal to 9 plus 16 is 25 s cube. 21 minus 6 is 15 s squared. 12x plus 4s is 16x. 3 minus 6 is negative 3. So this is how to find the second part of the problem. That's 3f of s plus 2g of s. And this is the final answer. This is the final answer. So let's take the problem number 2. Problem number 2. Now this is our second problem. So now let's solve our second problem. So the A, we have to find the function h1 plus h2. So we know that the function h1 is 3s squared plus 7s plus 2. And h2 is s squared plus 4s plus 5. So the first part of the problem is is demanding the addition of these two functions. So let's try to add them. So now h1 is this function. So h1 is 3s squared plus 7x plus 2 plus h2 so that's h1 plus h2. After this, take your time and group like terms by using the exponents or the powers. So now we are going to get the power 2, 3s squared plus s squared plus power 1, 7x plus 4x, constants 2 plus 5. Now finally, h1 plus h2 is equal to, the coefficient here is what? The coefficient here is 1. So 3 plus 1 is what? 4. So 3s squared plus s squared is what? 4x squared plus 7s plus 4x. 7 plus 4 is 11. So 7s plus 4x is what? 11x. 2 plus 5 is what? 7. Now, this is how to add these two polynomial functions. This is how to add them. And this is the final result when you add h1 and H2. Now let's solve the second part of the problem. Let's solve the second part of the problem. That's the B. The B. We have to find 3x H2 plus 4H1, which is equal to 3x times H2. We have our 3x times the function H2. Here is the function H2, s squared plus 4s plus 5 plus 4 times H1. And the H1 is this function, 3s squared plus 7x plus 2. Now let's take our time and expand the brackets. Now take your time. Use 3s to multiply each of the terms in the bracket. Yes, do it yourself. So now you see that when you use 3s to multiply all the terms in this bracket, we are going to get 3x times s squared is what? 3x cubed. 3s times 4x, we are going to get 12x squared. 3s times 5 is what? 15x. Plus, use the 4 to expand the second bracket. So now take your time. So when you take your time to simplify it, you are going to get 4 times 3, s squared is 12s squared. 4 times 7 is 28x. 4, 2 is what? 8. So now, let's take our time and group the like terms as, you see, you have s power 3. So when you look at the rest of the terms here, we don't have power 3. So let's write our 3s cube here. Let's come to the power 3, power 2. We have 2 terms. That's 12x squared plus 12s squared, xx, that's 15x, plus 18x, plus constants, that's 8. Now let's take our time and add the like terms. So 3s cube plus 12s squared plus 12s squared, add them, take your time. Since the powers are the same on the same variable, then add 12 plus 12, we are going to get what? 24x squared plus 15 plus 18x. We are going to get 33x plus 8. And this is our final answer because you don't have any like term here. So when you take your time to find 3x times function h2 plus 4 times function h1, this is your final result. So now let's look at our third problem. If P1 is equal to 5x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 11, and P2 polynomial function 2 is 4s cubed plus 8s squared plus 3s plus 4, find P1 plus P2. Now, this is our third problem, and I would like to leave this problem for you to work it yourself. So, thank you for watching this video. If today happens to be your first time watching this video, then don't forget to hit on the notification bell and subscribe for you to get new videos. Thank you very much.